the more nicely a picture is painted in the beginning, the more chances are that you're going to run into problems over there. And truth be told, there is no time to be wasted. Guys, look at the fact that the turnover in trucking is huge. What does that mean? It means that people move around all the time. That doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help drivers. It doesn't help companies. Hi guys, this is Kevin here with the trucker side, always on the trucker side. Making a video today to talk about the offers, all the amazing offers that we see going on in trucking. I see we got to a point here where trucking is a great sales pitch. I see offers over offers everywhere you turn your head. Somebody is offering something, trying to paint this picture of like you're gonna be sitting on a couch as a truck driver at the house and you're gonna make great money. Wherever you turn your head, you're gonna make a fortune. Just come in and work with us, your life is gonna be great. So I wanted to break down some of the things that I see in these offers, because I have the feeling that people misunderstand them, and that is not okay. That is not okay, because people end up wasting their time and their energy working with companies that are actually no good. Now, initially I wanted to take some screenshots and cut some of these offers and put them in here, but then I realized that actually the point of this video is not to prevent some companies from selling some stuff, but more to help drivers not buy. I'm gonna start with the one that I like the most, the sign-on bonus. Everybody puts a big sign about the sign-on bonus. You get this many thousands of dollars if you come work with us. Just like you step into the door and they give you a fat check. No, they don't. This sign-on bonus is actually a BS that's gonna be spread through your checks along a period of 6 months or a year, depending on the company, depending on the size of the bonus. So pretty much what they're telling you is if you stay with us for this long, you're gonna get paid this much extra a month, which usually, if you draw the line, it's the same amount like you get with a decent company without a sign-on bonus. It's just a different way of wording it. So basically that's just like if a company will pay you $1,500 a week, for example, as a company driver, other companies will say they'll pay you $1,300 a week plus $200 for the sign-on bonus. Do your research, guys. It's the same. Nobody will give you extra money because you go work there. They'll give you the same money depending on how you work. They just word it differently. Then the guaranteed miles, or the guaranteed minimum pay. How is somebody gonna guarantee something if they don't know how you drive? Maybe you're late every other day. Maybe the truck breaks down. Maybe the weather is bad. Maybe you get a flat tire. Maybe you run into an accident. Maybe the highway is blocked. Maybe a customer screws something over and your load goes sideways. How can somebody guarantee you all this right off the bat without even knowing you? I mean, that to me just doesn't make any sense, and I don't think that's something that people should buy into. It's just not okay. Another aspect, customer freight. I'll tell you this from a recruiter's perspective. I have been talking to a lot of people that were promised contracted freight, customer freight, and then when they got in, they first load was a load with major brokers. I'm not gonna call them by name, everybody knows them, the greatest brokers in the nation, first, second, third largest brokers in the nation. The first load was one of those loads. That is no customer freight right there. It's just a lot of companies use this wording because they know drivers are looking for that to ensure more consistency, to ensure more security in the freight that they haul. So don't let yourself get sold by that, because it is not the way to go. Then fuel bonuses for company drivers. Guys, take a step back and understand that this fuel bonus as a company driver is basically saying that in order for us to pay you what we promise, you have to average this much, this many miles per gallon. Now, sometimes it is in your hands, don't get me wrong. I know exactly what it means to have a better or a worse fuel consumption depending on your style of driving and the weight of the load and so on and so forth, but there's also variables you don't control. You don't control the weather, you don't control the weight of the load, you don't control if the truck has an APU or not, and so on and so forth. And all these things are going to affect the mileage that somebody is promising to pay you for. So I say do not buy into that by any means. You can do better than that. Then the weekly gross, same thing with the guaranteed miles. How is somebody gonna tell me that you're gonna make this much or that much? Maybe I'm late every other day. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe it takes me 2 hours to get out of bed. Maybe it takes me an hour and a half to eat. maybe I want to have breakfast at TA, maybe I want to have lunch at Denny's, and I want to have dinner at Applebee's. All these are gonna round up to where I'm not gonna be able to drive my hours efficiently. How can somebody guarantee my weekly gross as an owner operator that you're gonna be making this or that much? This should be based strictly on performance, not on a guarantee. I cannot guarantee anybody. I have people calling me in recruiting, and I tell them, and sorry, but I can't really guarantee anything. I don't know you. I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but how can I guarantee something to you while I don't know how you run? Come on over, let's see what you got. You come over so you can see what we got, and then we'll go from there and we'll see what's possible and what's not. That's the fair approach from my perspective. Then another point I wanted to go through, this is more for company drivers: insurance, medical insurance, dental, life insurance, vision, all of those. Guys, those are good to have, don't get me wrong. Please understand this as I'm trying to say. They are very good to have, they are very good for you. However, you need to understand you are paying for them. The fact that somebody says that they facilitate them, and maybe they do, I'm not saying no. However, you need to be aware that it's gonna be taken out of your check. So if your check is, let's throw a random number out there, 1,500 a week gross for the driver. Well, if you get all of this, your check is gonna cover them. So your check is gonna be 1,100 or 900 a week, or however much the cost of this is, depending on which of them are included and which not. So do not make the mistake of believing that if a company says you're gonna get 1,500 a week, and another company says that you get all these benefits, you're still gonna get the 1,500 a week, because those are gonna get out of your check, and these are things that you need to know. It kind of hurts me as a trucking passionate to see that trucking has got to the point where it's all about a sales pitch. Just like you go to the store, and every store you go in, you save money. Very interesting. You walk in the store and you save money. Well, it's actually the opposite. You go in the store and you spend money. It's not about you save $2 if you buy this. You actually spend $10. You don't save $2. So that's what you got to look at. You got to look at the money you spend when you go to the store, and that's exactly what you got to look at when it comes to a trucking company. Not everything that said that it's offered, because things are only offered to people who work. So you got to look at the work you're putting in, because that's what's going to make a difference. The work and the pay. The rest of it is just a sales pitch, and I want everybody to understand that. I'm going to make more videos about this. I'm going to make videos if anybody requests anything, and I am open to talking to anybody about this, because I don't think this is how trucking should work. I don't think that trucking should be a huge sales pitch just to get people in, just to promise things to people to try to get them in, because usually the more nicely a picture is painted in the beginning, the more chances are that you're going to run into problems over there. And truth be told, there is no time to be wasted. You gotta focus on what you're doing, and you gotta find stability somewhere. Guys, look at the fact that the turnover in trucking is huge. What does that mean? It means that people move around all the time. That doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help drivers, it doesn't help companies, it doesn't help anybody. So that's what we need to work on, and that's what we need to focus on: finding stability, finding a place to call home and settle over there, because that's what's going to make a difference in the future. Not the blank promises before you get hired somewhere. That's all marketing and advertising, and that's not going to do you any good, trust me. You got any questions, please put them down in the comment section. We'll be here to help you on the trucker side. My name is Kevin. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see all our videos. Appreciate you watching. Have a great day.